Introducing your hosts, Sam Godsey and Tanner Dislin. Welcome to Crunch Time with the N326 Duo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 224 of Crunch Time with the N326 Duo. I am your host today, Sam Godsey, and with me today, as always, is Tanner Dislin. Tanner, how you feeling?
Sam, I'm feeling all right, man. We had a couple of pretty awesome semifinals in the World Cup. Absolutely heartbroken that there's only 2 games left, and one of them is a third place match. But you know, we'll continue on through this summer. And we also had the All-Star break in MLB, so we're kind of a natural break in the baseball season. So, we're trudging on through the summer here.
Yeah, absolutely. MLB All-Star Game and Home Run Derby the past couple of nights. We're recording on Wednesday. Also, Argentina, England played today, was absolutely electric. We got France, Spain, that game. And then, yeah, that's going to be the majority of the episode before we do hit that lull in sports. So, what do you want to start with on episode 224?
I think we got to start with what is the buzz of the sports world right now, and because it just happened. But I think we got to start with Argentina and England, because holy cow, were we treated to quite the semifinals then.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an absolutely electric game. Argentina pulls out the win, scoring 2 in 85 in the 85th minute plus added time. It's kind of seemed it was England took that early lead in the second half. It was kind of a slow burn, but talk to me.
Yeah, it felt like a very slow burn in the first half. Teams trying to fill each other out. Now, are you familiar with the history between these two teams?
I am, yeah.
Because going into this game, I did not realize. I just thought it was a big game because it was a World Cup semifinal, and it's like the world number 1 versus number 3 or 4, whatever England is. No, there's a lot more to this than I originally knew. There was a war, like an actual geopolitical issues between these two countries, and the very famous Maradona hand of God goal, where he smacked it in with his hand, was against England, and obviously that was not called a handball, and a lot of English players took umbrage with the fact that they called blatant cheating, and like a lot of disallowed or controversial goals, and a lot of penalties and red cards between these two teams. These two teams hate each other, and I did not know that.
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy game. It seemed England was going to cruise to the finish. They were getting advanced. Finally, kind of break that curse of England not being able to get to the big one. But Argentina had something to do with that. Latro Martinez hit the game winner in the 92nd minute. Was absolutely electric. But yeah, this game was absolutely electric. We'll see Lionel Messi advance to the World Cup finals for what is expected to be his last World Cup.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, this guy's, I don't know what we can say anymore. Like we said, it was kind of a slow first half, pretty physical. Both teams really seemed not many chance. I think there was one shot, and it was like never had a chance of going in. Wasn't even on goal in the first half. But the second half, obviously, you said England takes the early lead. Lionel Messi did not score in this game but he was the main assist guy, and both of their goals got 2 assists. And have you seen this screenshot? This is his final assist for the header that gave Argentina the lead. I don't know if you've seen this. How razor thin the margin is. This ball cleared the England player and got to that Argentine player on the end for the header.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm just retweeting it now, so if you want to see that tweet, you go to my Twitter. But like absurd margins, how we fit that in. Like, it's crazy to think about. And now we have an Argentina team that just 2 rounds ago was down 2-0 to Egypt and looked like they were down and out and scored 3 times in like 12 minutes. And now doing it again, this time not against Egypt, but against the top 4 team in the world in England. I'm running out of words, and I think the people are, because Messi assisted on both. He's the world's best player. He's 39 years old. He's done everything you can do in the game of soccer. Leads the world in most Ballon d'Ors won. He has 8 of them. And of course, at age 39, who else is the leader for the Golden Boot other than Lionel Messi? It's just absurd. It's completely absurd.
Yeah, he's been a big reason. This Argentina team has been a very interesting story. Obviously, with Lionel Messi, you're always going to get a big headline, but they really haven't played well. They almost lost to Cape Verde. They almost lost to Egypt. Controversy surrounding their run. So it's been super interesting to see this team, but they're on to the finals to take on Spain, who went belt to ass on France, the what was considered the clear favorite going into this tournament. They got shut out by Spain 2-0, Tanner.
Like, it was complete and total control by Spain. I never this entire tournament seemed to be France on easy mode, and it was always a question of how are they going to react when they're not playing, a team that they're much better than. I think Spain and France are like 2 and 3. I don't know which one's which in the world, but they're neck and neck. And something about this Spain team, they have France's number in the Nations League. They met in the semifinals, I believe, or may have even been the finals. Spain beat them then. Spain beat them in the semifinals of the European Championship just 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They have this team's number, and this game, it never felt like France really had an opportunity. Spanish goalie, I don't even know if he had a save. I don't know if he had a save. He ended up having 3. So I'm wrong about that. But they were all so super comfortable. Like in the stat, the big chances created, France had 0. France had 0. I don't know what goes into that stat, but it felt like France had 0. It was just total control by Spain, and I don't know if you'll see a more wide open player than Spain's second goal. The French defense just sat there and did nothing.
Yeah. This game, we almost had a USA 2.0 with their goalkeeper. He brought it out quite a ways, but luckily he was able to recover quickly. Yeah, it was insane. This Spain team making the World Cup finals for first time in 16 years. Absolutely incredible. We've all seen the picture of Lionel Messi holding baby Lamine Yamal 19 years ago. It's truly is going to be kind of a passing of the torch moment for soccer. Obviously, one of the greatest players to ever play the game, and Lionel Messi playing against the young GOAT, the guy who's now on Barcelona. Lamine Yamal. So I'm super pumped for this final. It's going to be absolutely electric, Tanner.
The best player on one of the teams in the World Cup finals was born in 2007.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
But yeah, no, it's this is incredibly exciting. I was so impressed by Spain. Like Spain's, I knew, everyone was, the Spanish team's really good. It's really good. And throughout the tournament, it kind of felt, I don't know if it's in my mind. I'm just thinking of the shocking tie to Cape Verde in the very first game. But it, like, for me, like, France were beating from 2-3-0, 4-1. In Spain, like, I just remember watching some of these games, like, they beat Belgium 2-1, needed a late one. They beat Portugal 1-0. I guess they kind of pounded Austria and pounded Saudi Arabia. But like the Uruguay was a close game. Like, I don't know. It just felt like they were just, I don't know. It was weird. And France is so explosive with Mbappe and Dembele. I in my mind, I thought France was going to win. I was going to be honest with you. And Spain, I was so impressed by Spain. Controlled the entire game.
Yeah, I wasn't counting Spain out by any means, but it seemed to be kind of okay. Clock's ticking. When is France gonna tie this one? Okay, it's still going. Oh shit! There's a second for Spain, and there was still. I think it was in the 58th minute they scored. And I was like, oh, that's still plenty of time for this France team. And it just never happened.
Final 4 years ago when Argentina had the 2-0 lead and Mbappe scored twice in like a matter of like 8 minutes 4 years ago. Like, and obviously Argentina does what they do. Yeah, it never, and Spain actually put a third in the net that was called back for offside. It was Yamal, who was offsides by maybe half an inch.
Yeah.
It was one of those offsides where it was so close to being three. Like, Spain was, again, like you said, you put it well. I wasn't necessarily counting Spain out, but I was just like, yeah, France is the best team in this tournament. And when are they going to, like you said, when are they going to equalize? Because it was a penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay, it was an awkward penalty, but like it didn't feel like Spain was like fully outplaying them at that point. And then, yeah, it just, the second comes through and everyone's stunned.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely incredible. That sets up a finals with a lot of history. Spain, Argentina. I've always already mentioned just the two best players in this game facing off against each other. It's going to be absolutely electric.
Yeah, similar countries, like, culturally Spanish speaking, a lot of similar, names you'll see out there. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Any final thoughts on the World Cup as we enter the final?
Just like I said, I'm just devastated. Like, I every 4 years I'm reminded how much I love the World Cup, and like it's not in when we're in the summer next year, I'm not gonna be like, man, I wish, like, I would kill for the World Cup right now. I probably won't be thinking that. But when it comes around, I get super into it. It is so fun. Just something about the world's most popular game being enjoyed by the entire world, and like battle for supremacy across the entire world. It's something special. So I'm just really, really devastated that there's only a few games left.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it sucks. It's gonna be interesting what this podcast talks about these next couple weeks. Yeah, give me five coming up. But shall we move on to the MLB All-Star break?
Let's do it.
So this past couple days has been the All-Star week. The home run derby was a couple days ago. What day was that? some reason. It's very hard to find. Love that.
So the home run derby was on Monday.
Yeah, Monday and then Tuesday was a game. Talk to me about it.
Oh man, like we talked about this last time. Just I I don't think that MLB or I don't think MLB does the All-Star Week great because on the weekend before, like I don't like the fact that we have games being played on Sunday and then immediately on Monday is is when the home run derby is a marquee thing in this All-Star Week break, and we're just getting right into it right away. And on Sunday, that weekend, when there are games going on, is when they do things like the Futures game and like the Celebrity All-Star game, softball game, or whatever. Like, to me, that is the perfect Monday activity. Warm people up to All-Star Week. Tuesday, after all the players had a day off, do the Derby. Wednesday, you do the All-Star game, and then you give them a couple days off at the end of it, and then you go with the season. Like I go on with the season. To me, that like makes perfect sense, and they don't do that. And like I can't fathom the having All-Star festivities while there are actual baseball games being played.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't really understand the MLB All-Star break at all. It's terribly constructed, it's terribly advertised. It's not the greatest product to watch even. I just but I also understand baseball is a very hard sport to do an all-star game. I thought the adjustments to the home run derby were better, still not great. Hate the fact it was on Netflix because I couldn't find it anywhere and I didn't see any advertisements. But
it was literal like I talk about baseball all the time. I look forward to the home run derby every year. I went to YouTube TV and I said, "Where the hell is this thing?" The minute, and that's when it gets trained in my brain. When you don't see it on YouTube TV, that's when you're like, "Oh, this is awesome streaming BS." Like,
which one is it?
It's like because it could have been Peacock, it could have been Netflix, it could have been
Amazon Prime. It could have been, yeah.
All of them have baseball games, and it's like, what the hell are we doing? Yeah, no, I agree. That stinks. The streaming aspect of it stunk. I thought the format of it was perfectly fine. Obviously, it led to some pretty an electric finish, which is great. I've always been team swings over timer.
Yeah.
Just the timer, obviously, as the hitter, the rule was you had to wait until the ball landed. No one ever did that, and it became so hard for the camera to follow and see everything, which is another thing with the Netflix broadcast. The camera angles were so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like the. I saw this take, and I totally agree with it. They just don't make the MLB has, or baseball in general, has perfected the camera angle. The one behind the pitcher, where you see the ball coming in, you see the ball leave the bat, like that. Seeing the ball leave the bat to me is incredible. Then you pan to the camera outgoing, watching the ball fly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And like I don't know why we're getting ones of like the dugout facing the bat, or like watching his hands. Like I don't know, like show me behind the pitcher. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we even mentioned who won. Jordan Walker of the Cardinals beat out hometown guy or home team guy, I should say. I don't know if he's from Philly, but Kyle Schwarber lost. It was a weird atmosphere. There's like some booze.
I mean, like I saw some people had a problem with that. I think that's fine. Just the team rooting for their guy.
Yeah, 100%.
And everybody knows that none of it was personal. They literally just booed rivals of the Phillies, and they booed anybody who a Philly was going directly against. Like that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I got a little trivia for you,
Oh, okay.
Tanner, regarding the home run derby before we go into the actual All Star game itself. There are 8 teams. I've never had a team or a player win the home run derby. The Cardinals were the ninth, so they topped. So, can you guess the 8?
I feel like it's going to be like a common theme among some of these teams. So I'll go like Rockies,
Rockies 1,
Rays.
2.
We'll go not Marlins because Stanton won, I think. Mets.
Nope. Somebody on the Mets has 1.
Let's go. I think it's the Angels either.
Is not the Angels.
We'll go Orioles. No, Ripken won. Right? Orioles are not there.
Orioles are not.
This is a little bit harder than I originally thought. Mariners. No, Ken Griffey. Stupid. Diamondbacks.
Give me 1 second. They have 1.
Goodness. Rangers have. I don't think Hamilton won. Rangers.
Give me 1 second. Oh, jeez, where'd it go? Rangers. They've won.
Can't be the Yankees or the Red Sox. I think Bobby Abreu won as a Philly. An Expos/Nationals won. Oh man, this is a good one. Blue Jays.
Has had a winner.
I stink.
I'm pulling up the MLB standing so I can give you a little hintage, but okay, we have
Like, are there any on there where you like look at and you're like, I cannot believe this?
there's 2 I'm kind of shocked that are on this list. So who have you said?
The 2 I have are Rays and Rockies.
Okay. So you're missing a team in the AL 2 teams in the AL Central.
Okay. Tigers.
Nope.
White Sox.
Nope.
I'm just the Guardians.
Guardians.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I should have gone to that quicker. And then I have a 50-50 shot of either the Royals or the I said Tigers. I said White Sox. I don't know. It has to be the Royals.
Yep.
Okay.
Royals.
That makes sense.
You have 1 in the AL West.
American League West.
Yeah, 1 in the AL West.
A's.
Nope.
Yeah, Reggie probably did more than Wire. Obviously, was an ass. Stupid. Let's Astros. Is it the Astros?
It is the
That's
Astros.
surprising.
Yeah, that was one that's surprising. The next one is from the NL East. They have 1.
The NL East. I think Bobby Abreu is a Philly. We established it's not the Mets. Harper did it as a national. The Atlanta Braves.
Correct.
That is very surprising.
Let's see. There's 1 NL Central, and then 1 NL West.
Richard Todd Frazier did it as a red. Obviously just 1. That could be a Brewer.
Is not the Brewers.
Steeler man won as a Brewer. Is it the Cubs?
It's not the Cubs.
Shocked me the last team.
Yep. And then, yeah, I believe that's no. You have 1 more in the NL West.
Padres.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Astros, Braves, Guardians, Padres, Pirates, Rays, Rockies, Royals. But yeah, switching over, the All-Star game also went down. Uh, um, um, One thing I will say that would have been really cool to see if I knew this was being played yesterday is the intros. Did you catch a glimpse of the intros?
I did not.
So obviously Philly, obviously 250th anniversary of the United States. They did their lineup card like they were signing the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, wow.
It was sick. So that was it. It was like they had the feather and ink, but it's actually a pin. But it was really cool. But the game itself wasn't that great. AL 4-0. Cody Bellinger named the All Star MVP, going 1 for 3, including a 2-run single in the first inning.
Yeah.
Kind of a snoozer.
Yeah, it was an absolute snoozer. I don't know if you looked at the recent history of the All Star game.
I did not,
In the past,
or I'm not.
in the past 13 matchups. Wait, sorry. Let me make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, last 13 matchups. Guess what the American League's record is? The American
In the past, how many?
13.
3-10.
So you're very close, just flipped.
10-3.
The American League is 11-2 last 13 years.
Jeez.
The National League doesn't win.
Electric.
The National League doesn't win. Which is interesting because
The NL.
apparently looking through the history, the National League won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in a row from 71 to 82.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
but yeah, it's weird because like the National League is significantly better than the American League in terms of quality of teams.
Yeah.
The Braves, the Dodgers, the Phillies have all put together really strong. The entire, remember when you talk about the NL Central, how it's like the best division that's ever like ever existed. In the American League, it's been the Yankees and the Rays are kind of battling out. Stinks. Even when the National League is way better.
Yeah.
The American League still finds a way. Now, I will say in the past 4 years, it is 2-2. So that was an 11. It was a 9 straight years for the American League before that. But still, like, just in my mind, it's the American League always wins.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did not know that fact. But anything else you want to touch on in the All-Star week?
I would love to know, are we just getting old or do All-Star games stink? Because I feel like we could just be getting old.
Yeah, but I do also think they stink.
Could be both.
Could be both.
You know, I never really cared about the Pro Bowl. No one ever did.
Yeah.
NBA.
The problem with the NBA is we obviously the main event is the dunk contest, and the problem is
No one wants to do it.
no one wants to do it, and we've already had the best with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
There's no dunk that someone can do that hasn't been.
Yeah. So that's an issue. I just think that MLB is just poorly advertised and very bad scheduling wise.
Terribly advertised. It's weird though, because like it depends on what you want to see. Because basketball is kind of fun because basketball as a sport itself just it lends itself so well to flashiness.
Yeah.
To where like for a game with all the best players, like it's kind of fun when there's literally 0.000 defense.
Yeah.
And they're throwing lobs and shooting half court shots, and that's kind of fun. Baseball, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And anytime anyone has success, it's at the direct expense of someone else. Like you're not gonna ask pitchers to go up there and lob the ball. So this is like that's the equivalent of not playing defense.
Mhm.
Right? Just be like lobbing the ball, and so it's just like another game, and it's
Yeah.
a game that doesn't matter. Yeah, all the best players in the world are playing, but like it doesn't matter. So if it doesn't matter and you can't kind of half-ass it and try and do all this flashy stuff, like it just kind of boring.
Yeah. Exactly. Um. Yeah. It's tough for sure, but that we get back to baseball. When does the break technically end?
Friday, going into the weekend series. Confirm that right now.
Yeah, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
Thursday games pick back up. Um at the All-Star break. Um the Cubs have kind of had a very interesting couple games where the bats have gotten hot. PCA's playing out of his mind. They sit second in the NL Central, and then your Mets exist. But yeah, well, obviously with the World Cup wrapping up this weekend, gonna be diving a little more into the MLB season because that's kind of gonna be the only thing.
And it's a weird one because this is the first time in a while that I just don't care about
Yeah.
baseball at all right now.
Yeah.
Like don't even at all. But there are things we can do like trade deadline.
For sure. For sure. Still waiting on in other news, still waiting on the LeBron announcement. Summer League going on right now. Some hogs are playing out of their mind. Malik Thomas has probably been the best player in Summer League. It's either him or Caleb Wilson of the Chicago Bulls. Darren Pearson playing out of his mind. It's just if you're a college basketball fan and not much of a NBA fan, these are fun games to watch. But I also understand there's really nothing at stake. But Malik Thomas had 35 his last game. Darius Aka finally got going 26, and then Trayvon Brazil last night had 32. So the Hogs are hooping. Bennett Sturts is playing for OKC. Haven't been really keeping up with what he's been doing, but yeah, wanted to shout those guys out. Debanza playing well as well. But any final thoughts on this episode?
I mean, it felt like we kind of touched on everything. It's this world. I just keep going back to the World Cup, and it's such a blessing to have a month, basically 2 months in the middle of the summer where sports are on during the day, like at work, watching meaningful sports is the best. And yeah, it's just it was such a blessing to have, and I'm gonna be missing it over the next couple of years. But you know, it's always the case in the summer, and every 4 years we get blessed with an additional pretty awesome tournament. So just enjoy it when it's here, and like you said, some impressive debuts in summer league, and well, like we said from what November that this rookie or I guess freshman class now rookie class is special. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool to see them kind of grow and see what they do during the NBA season.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think any other draft class, Malik Thomas is a certified first rounder. He fell to second round and is proven a lot of people that he belonged in that first round. plays with a chip on his shoulder. So he's been super fun to watch. But I think that's going to wrap it up for episode 224. Talked about a lot of World Cup, a lot of MLB, Summer League going on. You can follow the podcast at crunchtime_pod on X, Instagram, and TikTok. And like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, Crunch Time with the N326 duo. But the clock has run out on this one. But we'll see you on the next one on Crunch Time.